Maybe it's just because I'm really into whimsical fashion and aesthetics in general, but lately on my Pinterest feed, I've been really seeing a lot of magical looks that I've seen some calling Wizardcore. And because this isn't new at all, but generally new to me, I had to look into it a bit more and find some crochet patterns that fit it. According to the aesthetics fandom page, Wizardcore is an aesthetic that's based off of magic, fantasy, and the taste for discovery and exploration. It's similar to witchcore with the same theme of magic, but it's generally the more masculine counterpart. There's also some overlap with academia, fairy, and fantasy aesthetics, and it has its roots in folklore and mythology surrounding the mythical magician Merlin and the legend of King Arthur. So if you're looking for some looks to explore, some wizard vibes, then these patterns are for you. And I'll be separating all of these patterns into 5 different categories: home decor, tops and hoods, hats, cloaks and shawls, and accessories. And as always, you can find all the exact links on my blog, which is linked in the description box below. All right, let's get started. First is this moon pillow by Beautiful Dawn Designs. It measures 15 inches in height and is made with super bulky yarn, so it'd work up quite quickly. It's beginner friendly to create, and this one is free on their website. I also love the Twisted Time blanket by Yarnspirations. It's quite big and measures 58 inches square, and I love the color work and texture on this one and how it creates that twisted effect. To create it, you only need to know basic stitches, and this one gave me an all-around magical vibe with that lovely optical illusion, and be quite quick and easy to whip up since it's made with bulky yarn. Next is the unique unicorn dishcloth by Yarnspirations. To create it, you do need to be comfortable with tapestry crochet and then work that border to finish it off. It measures 8.5 inches square, and it only requires basic stitches to create. And this one is also free on their website, and you don't need much yarn to make it, so you might even be able to whip up this one with yarn scraps. Or this next one is really magical. It's the Dragon Eye Blanket by Dragon Bird Creations. This pattern is so unique and uses 2 shapes to create, a square and a triangle. It measures 84 by 64 inches and is more experience level to create. And this one is a paid pattern in their shop, and although it's more involved to create, it really makes a nice mystical piece and would definitely be worth it for sure. You could also make this Interstellar Star Blanket by Yarnspirations, and this one measures 58 inches wide from point to point, and it only uses basic stitches, so it's quite easy to create. It is also made with bulky yarn, so it'd work up quite quickly, and it'd also be really cool to play around with some sparkly or multicolored yarn to make it even more magical. This Wizzy the Frog pattern by Lake View Maker is another magical make, and this one would be perfect for displaying around your home. It's more intermediate to make and uses basic stitches as well as the increase and decrease stitches. It measures 10 by 9 centimeters tall and deep, and this one is a paid pattern on their website, and definitely check out their patterns if you want to see even more magical amigurumi makes. This Wizard Path blanket by Nerd Princess Designs is also a fun one. It's so detailed and reversible, and it's also worked up with that overlay mosaic technique. It's more of an intermediate level make and includes a chart and written instructions, and you do need to be comfortable with changing colors. It measures 55 inches wide by 79 inches tall, and it's a paid pattern on their Etsy. Or make this cute frog tapestry crochet square by the Needle Nook. It measures 26 centimeters by 26 centimeters and is more intermediate level to make, so you do need to be comfortable with a lot of color changes. It's a paid pattern in their Ribbler, and this pattern includes a graph, color block chart, and instructions on how to finish off that crochet tapestry and add a dowel rod. Continuing on with more wizard frogs, here is a pattern by Anana Crochet. This one is beginner friendly and is free on their Ribbler, and they also have a YouTube video tutorial if you prefer to follow along more visually. This Owled Wizard by Stephanie Anderson is also a fun one. It's more beginner friendly as well and measures 12 inches tall, and I loved all of the details on this one, including the use of safety eyes and the cloak, and it's a paid pattern on the Lovecrafts website. Or make this baby blanket by Helga Mandel. I love the little message on this one, and it would be perfect as a gift for an expecting parent who loves the wizarding vibe. It measures 75 by 90 centimeters and only uses basic stitches. However, you do need to be comfortable with reading a chart, so it's more intermediate level to make, and this one is a paid pattern on the Lovecrafts website. If you want to explore a more mystical make, you can also make this dragon eye pillow by Hooked by Katie. This one is more intermediate because you do need to know the basic stitches as well as be comfortable with increasing, decreasing, and using the mattress stitch to sew everything together. And it's a very detailed pattern with a lot of photos and check boxing to help you stay organized. And this one is a paid pattern in their Ravelry, and they also have a free pattern on their blog with ads. All right, now I'll share some tops patterns. This first one is by Monocrafts, and it's called the Siren Top, but it does have a cool hood, and the shape and lace details gave me a Wizardcore vibe. It has sizes extra small to 3XL and is a paid pattern in their Etsy shop. It's also customizable as well, as you can make the top sleeveless or have long sleeves, as well as choose between the V-shaped hem or make a straight hem, and you can also make it with or without a hood. But I think the way that it's shown gives it a really nice whimsical wizard effect. I also like this Wanderer's hooded scarf by Winding Road Crochet. It's easy to create as well and only requires basic stitches and being comfortable with working into the back loops. There's also a video tutorial included, and I believe that it is one size, and it's a paid pattern in their Etsy. The Magic Wizard cardigan by Sea Aliens is also a fun one. It's made to measure, so it can be accommodated for every size, and although you do need to be ready to do a bit of math to figure out the stitch counts, it's a paid pattern in their Etsy shop, and I love the diamond pattern with this one and their color choice. You can also choose the yarn weight that you want to use with this one, which is pretty cool as well. Or you can make this dragon scarf by Seal to Hooker. This one is also a paid pattern in their Etsy shop, and I just loved all the little details in this one. It's really unique, and it's more intermediate level to create. It can also be easily modified to change the length or the width if you like, and it's made with chunky yarn, so it would work up quite fast. This Wizard Tube scarf by Ladushka Crochet is a fun one. It's beginner friendly to make, and I love the texture that it has. This one has two sizes, child and adult. It's a paid pattern in their Ravelry, and this one would also be really easy to style with everyday looks to give them a more magical look. I also love this embossed phoenix scarf by Bonita Patterns. It's more intermediate level to make, and the pattern does have a lot of photos to help with each step along the way. It can also be made into a scarf or cowl, and it's a paid pattern in their Etsy shop. I loved the colorway that they created it in. It's really dreamy and can easily be dressed up for a Ren Fair or also be dressed down to wear every day. Or make this starry top by Chloe's Crafty Life. This one is a paid pattern in their Etsy and is more advanced beginner to make. It also uses basic stitches, and there are a lot of diagrams and written instructions on how to make the granny square and join it as you go along, as well as some sewing tips to finish it off. This one's made to measure, so you can easily adjust it to fit you, and this one would also be fun to play around with some different colors and add as a layer over your look to give it a magical vibe. Alright, now I'll share some wizard hats patterns with you. First is this Magical Wizard hat by Michelle. This one requires basic stitches to create, and an optional mushroom patch pattern is also included that can be sewn on to the hat to finish it off. It's one size and would be fun to use scraps as well to make, and this one is a paid pattern in the Ravelry shop. Next is this wizard hat by Hirsch Art. This one is beginner friendly and free in the Ribbler, and it's one size. I also loved that they added the moon and star felt applique that they sewed on to finish it off, but you could also crochet some star and moons and sew them on as well. I also loved this wizard hat pattern by Crochet Hood Patterns. It's written in English, French, German, and Spanish, and has two sizes, large for adults and small for kids. It's a paid pattern on their Etsy shop, and it has a lot of pictures to help with each step along the way, and I thought that this one would make a really whimsical and even kind of hobbit vibe. This wizard hat by Yarnspirations is also a fun one. It's free on the Yarnspirations website and is easy to create and has one size, which measures 13 inches tall by 21 inches in head circumference. You only need to know the basic stitches to create it as well. This wizard hat by morale fiber is also a really cool one. It measures 13 inches tall by 23 inches in crown circumference, and to create it you mainly use the waistcoat stitch. It's also worked up quite quickly in bulky yarn, and this one is a paid pattern in their Ravelry shop. Also, if you're enjoying all of these patterns so far, make sure that you subscribe, because did you know that 88% of you all currently watching are likely not subscribed? So please subscribe and click the bell if you also want to be notified of future crochet pattern videos like this one. Alright, now I'm going to share some cloaks and shawls patterns. First is this Wizard Shawl by Christine L. It's beginner friendly to make, and there's one size with this one. It's made with mainly the double crochet, and it's a paid pattern in the Love Crafts website. And I also loved all the colors that they chose to make this one in. That colorway is really whimsical. Or make this hooded cloak by Dylan. This one is a free pattern in the Ravelry and is beginner friendly, and I loved how they used scrap yarns to create this piece. And the drape on it is also really amazing. I also liked this shell stitch hooded cape by Alana Smith. It only requires basic stitches to make, so it's pretty beginner friendly, and it uses worsted and bulky yarn to create. They have sizes child 2 to 6, child 6x to 12, child 14 plus, and average adult, as well as adult tall. It would be perfect for cooler weather in this style, and it's a paid pattern in the Ravelry. This hooded cloak by Kelsey Batt is also a fun pattern. It is created in one size, and I love the style of this pattern, how long it is, and it's a paid pattern on their website. Or make this Dragon Scale Shawl by Artificer's Archive. This one is a paid pattern in their Etsy shop, and I loved how they made that scaly design with the crocodile stitch. It seems like it would be a bit more intermediate or confident beginner level to make, and I thought that their color choice here was very mystical, and it would look even more so with some sparkly yarn. I also liked this Namira's Cloak by Loom and Loon. It's beginner friendly, and to create it you make that body and hood separately and then attach them. You can also adjust the cloak to be longer if you wish, and this one's a paid pattern in their Etsy shop. Alright, now I'll share some accessories patterns. First is this Fantasy Leaf Bag by Green Dragons Crochet. It's more easy to create, and they have two sizes, a large that measures 20 centimeters tall and wide, and a smaller size that measures 10.5 centimeters tall by 9 centimeters wide. It's a paid pattern in their Etsy, and it would make such a whimsical make, and if you pair it with a nice cloak, it'd be a perfect Wizardcore vibe. Next is this Magic Spell Book by Quick Save Crochet. It measures 5.5 by 5.5 centimeters, and I love how the pages have a fireball, lightning bolt, shield, and vine patterns on them. And to do this, you use the surface crochet method, so you do need to be familiar with that, and it's a paid pattern in their Etsy shop. Or make the Magic Gathering Dice Bag by Anne D'Angelo. It's a free pattern on their Ravelry, and the pattern is worked in 3 pieces, the 2 sides and a circular bottom. Here is a Tree Trunk Duffel by Vonnie Llewellyn Visions. It's a paid pattern on their Etsy, and this one is more of an intermediate level make. I liked all the little details, like the mushrooms and how the straps were made in green, and this one would be really lovely with a little cape. This next one has a D&D vibe. It's a dragon dice bag, and it measures 16 centimeters tall. It's confident beginner or intermediate level to make, and it's a paid pattern in their Etsy shop. I loved the eye details and the colors they used here, and it would make a really lovely accessory. This next one is a fun potion bottle by Stitch by Faye. It measures 7 centimeters tall, and to create it, it's worked in a continuous spiral, starting with a magic ring. It's a free pattern on their website and really easily customizable for sure. I also thought that this Wrap Dragon pattern by Lisa B. Stitchin is fun. The pattern is more intermediate as it does require a little sewing, but if you're a confident beginner, you can also make it. It's a paid pattern in their Etsy, and this one would be a perfect familiar for a wizard. Every wizard needs a wand, so you can also make this Elder Wand by Studio 104 Art. It's a magical make, and it's beginner friendly, and it's a paid pattern in their Etsy shop. It measures 30 centimeters long, and it only uses basic stitches and is really easy to customize according to your liking. Here's another one by Crochet Verse, and it measures 11 inches tall, and is more intermediate if you want to make it. It does require a bit of stitch counting. I like the details on this one as well, and it's a free pattern on their blog. I also liked this Wizard Beanie by Pamela Sincerely. I loved the little details and the color work, and it's a bit more intermediate as it does use the tapestry method to make. This one will be perfect for cooler weather where you want a little wizard vibe, and it's a paid pattern on the Lovecrafts website. Well, what did you think of all of my Wizardcore patterns? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know which one was your favorite. If you want to see another specific pattern roundup, also let me know. And also, if you want to check out all the exact links to any of the patterns I mentioned, you can check them out on my blog, which is linked in the description box below. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me in the next one.